What if there was no mercy and no grace? Shh, it's all right.
What if there was no
Close
mercy
your eyes,
and
darling.
no grace?
It will be over soon.
Nobody knew exactly when mercy disappeared from the world. Some
What if
said
there
it
was no
vanished
mercy
slowly,
and no grace?
one selfish decision at a time. Others believed humanity simply killed it with greed, hatred, and pride. Whatever the cause, the result was the same. There was no forgiveness, no second chances, no compassion. Every mistake carried a permanent sentence. Children who failed exams were abandoned by their families. Workers who made small errors were fired immediately and blacklisted forever. Hospitals refused treatment to people whose illnesses were linked to poor choices. Courts issued harsh punishments without considering circumstances. People lived in fear. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of being judged. Fear of being discarded. In the city of Noria lived a woman named Esther. She was a widow raising 2 children after her husband died in a factory accident. One rainy evening, while rushing home from work, Esther accidentally bumped into an elderly man. He fell and fractured his arm. The law was clear. Anyone causing injury, accidental or not, would lose their employment and pay a fine equal to 10 years of wages. The next morning, Esther lost her job. Her bank account was frozen. Her children were expelled from school because they could no longer pay fees. No one offered help. Mercy no longer existed. Neighbors watched silently as the family sold furniture, clothes, and eventually their home. Weeks later, they were sleeping beneath a bridge. One cold night, Esther's youngest son, Daniel, developed pneumonia. Desperate, she carried him to the nearest hospital. The doctor looked at the records. "Your child is sick because you failed to provide proper shelter," he said. "Please," Esther begged, "he's only 8 years old." The doctor shook his head. "Rules are rules." Daniel was denied treatment. He died before sunrise. For the first time in years, the city heard something unusual. People crying. Not the cry of grief, the cry of guilt. Citizens had watched countless tragedies unfold and done nothing. A teacher remembered a student she had expelled. A judge remembered a man he had sentenced unfairly. A businessman remembered workers he had ruined. For years, they had convinced themselves that strict justice made society stronger. Instead, it had made it cruel. Months later, another tragedy struck. A massive fire engulfed the city center. Thousands were trapped. The firefighters arrived but hesitated. The victims had violated various regulations over the years. According to the law, they did not qualify for emergency assistance. As flames consumed buildings, something broke inside the firefighters. One stepped forward, then another, and another. Ignoring orders, they rushed into the inferno and rescued as many people as they could. The government arrested them immediately, but the public had seen what happened. For the first time in decades, people witnessed mercy. They saw strangers risking everything to save lives. The act spread like wildfire. Citizens began helping one another. Food was shared. Debts were forgiven. Enemies reconciled. Parents embraced children they had rejected. The rulers fought desperately to stop it, but mercy was stronger than fear. One day, a monument was built in the city square, not for kings, not for politicians, but for Daniel, the little boy who died because nobody showed compassion. On the monument were written simple words: "When mercy dies, humanity dies with it." And beneath it, "Grace is not weakness, it is the reason the world survives." From that day forward, people understood a truth their ancestors had forgotten. Justice without mercy creates a prison, but mercy gives people the chance to become better than their worst mistakes.
Like, listen, and subscribe.